Welcome back to Kicking It with Kenya. And today, I guess you could kind of say it's a little bit of a battle of the sexes type of episode. Because I was actually sent a quote by my good friend, shout outs to Gabby, by my good friend that we sparked a debate. So naturally, I brought it on the show so I could get Louis P's opinion on this. I want to give credit. The person who wrote the quote is @_ Miss Shan, SHANJ. And it's a lot. If you have time, search her because it's a long thing, but I'm only going to read a bit of it that stuck out to me. And it said, women are more likely to think romancing and sacrifice of time with a man is love. It's not. I wasted 10 years on you. Women believe her time is more valuable than love. But if she truly loved a man, she wouldn't be equating it to time. She wouldn't be measuring her love. She's really saying, I wanted other men and you wasted my youth. Once again, this is just a bite size because she said a lot of other things that I wholeheartedly agreed on. So I'm not bashing this person. Everybody take a minute to actually go and search it. Once again, her name is @_ Miss SHANJ. So, Louis, you have read the actual entire thing, and while you were reading it, I know some things probably registered with you, basically talking about the difference in how men and women show love or view love. And yeah, what was your takeaway off of that before I begin on why I picked that specific part?
I mean, I think that a lot of times, I'm not going to make a blanket statement and say everybody, but there are a lot of cases where men and women do love differently, and I do agree with a lot of things she was pointing out. I do think there are women that do equate a lot of things to time because they'll bring that up. They'll bring up how much time they spent. But I think a lot of that also has to do with the fact that there's certain things about a woman and her biological clock that are different than men. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're dating someone when you're 25 and you date them for 10 years and you want a kid and you don't have a kid and then they break up or they cheat, now you're 35 and you're like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? Because now you may want a kid. You want to be a mother. You want to have a kid by a certain age. You want to do certain things by a certain age that physically you may not be able to do when you get older. So I get that part. And I think there's some truth to that. But I think every situation is different. So it depends on how you analyze it.
But I feel like that was the thing that, like, the way we talk about it, like, I feel like men know that these be the cases, but I really don't think they get it. Like, all right, when she was talking about, like, how women are always, like, yo, my time. And now we, like, sometimes delude ourselves in thinking because I spent this much time with this man, we kind of, like, tend to want to rush the process. So sometimes we want to, like, think that there's something there when it's not, just because we want to justify the amount of time we done lost. So I feel like time is something that we like sweep under the rug, but I also feel like it's not, like when I say that men don't get it, it's like because of the biological clock that do tick within women. Like it is a thing that constantly plays in a woman's mind. Like if you do want kids, if you don't want kids, getting older, the fear of getting older and not getting those cat calls or how you doing Maz anymore. While men are kind of more like, you got time. So it's like, I feel like when she was saying these things, I agree with her with how sometimes some women like will take something specific she said was like how some women will take like dates and trips and things and kind of make it seem like that's love. When in reality, no, that's a perk because you have companionship. That's not really love. That's just stuff you do with a person. So, but we use those things like markers to kind of feel like we're getting somewhere. When in reality, sometimes you just got to take it for what it is. And that's just where that part kind of like, when she's like, men understand what love truly is. Romance isn't love. Date nights, vacations, trips aren't an expression of love. They are perks of companionship. Women take the perks and think they are loved because they are basing their love off pseudo actions.
Well, I think that there's some truth to a lot of that, because I feel like that works on the opposite spectrum. Like, I've had scenarios where I have a female friend, or if I do something nice for a female, they take it as you're trying to get with me, or you're trying to do something. No, I'm not. It's just, why would I? If I can do something, why wouldn't I hold the door open for you? Oh, yeah, I'm holding the door open for you. It's a polite thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I open the door for you. I pull out your chair. Why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'll carry your bags for you. And you take that almost as a sign of like, oh, he's flirting. No, it's just polite. You know what I'm saying? Like, or there's things that I like to do, and those type of things. Take trips. I'll do that with my friends. You know what I'm saying? I take a trip. We take a trip. Go here. We'll take a road trip or whatever. They're activities, but I do feel like a lot of things that a lot of times women do equate to, oh, he loves me because he bought me this. He loves me because he did this, as opposed to men, which is a little more physical. It's like I pointed out to you about weddings. Most of the time when I see people get married, my boys getting married. Oh, y'all planning a wedding? She is, wifey is. Most of the men, most of the time, don't care. It's the women that want the big wedding and everything has to be perfect and these color flowers and this and the outfit. Oh, look at my ring that I'm flexing on the gram. Dude out here with a little band. You know what I'm saying? Like, women get the big rock. Oh, yeah. Because you want to show off to everybody. Yeah. Men like to show their women off. You know what I'm saying? Women like to show off what the men gets them, what the men got them, the ring, the dress, the big spectacle, because you want to impress all these other people that may have said, you'll never find a man, that may not have a man. And then it just makes you feel a certain way. Whereas the man just out here waiting for that honeymoon because he gets to be with you.
See, but I feel like
he loves you. He wants you.
See, but I feel like when it comes down to that, that's when you gotta get into specifics. So clearly, she wasn't like talking about one type of person, but I feel like that's when you got to channel into a person's maturity and a person's standards and a person's respective self. Because for instance, like me, I know that gentlemen just do that. Like, I have a lot of guy friends who open the door, not because they want me, because they just gonna hold the door. Or if I have a heavy bag, they gonna get the bag. I won't take it like they like me. But some people who've never got that gesture before, they hear it's like, oh, they must be trying to get with me, or they probably just need that to make them feel good. Then it's like, oh, he probably just trying to get with me, or he probably just trying to do that. When in reality, sis, nah, he's just chilling. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel like when people are in relationships that they do know isn't working, they tend to take like, well, I could be in a worse situation. You know, I'm going on trips with this man. At least my nigga ain't cheating on me. Or I am getting, because you know what, people always like to think with their relationships, it's like, I remember there was a quote that I heard a guy speak. He said, you treat your relationship like Goldilocks. You know, the first soup was too hot. When it's hot, oh, I'm going to leave hot. But a lot of people, when that second soup came and it was too cool, because that's not an immediate burn, people kind of settle for cool, you know, because they think it could be a lot worse because I had hot, you know? So it's like, treat that with your relationships. I had dudes who were, like, a girl could think I had dudes who were disrespectful. I had dudes who were this. I had dudes who were that. But at least this guy, meh, it's good.
But then it goes back into another quote from that long post, which is, you chose to be with him for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then after you're with him and you break up, I wasted 10 years of my life with this man. You chose that.
Yeah, what was said?
Stayed.
What was said was, let me clear this tweet up. It's solely the choice of the woman to stick around for 10 years. As women, we have plenty of options of men at our feet.
Which is a fact. Women don't like to admit that that's a fact. That's one of the biggest differences. I said this to you before. You can be horny as shit right now. You can go to the mall, go up to any random dude you want and ask them for sex, and I guarantee you'll get some before the night's over. A man do the same thing, he's getting arrested. That's a fact. It's just a fact. It is what it is. Women get away with shit like that men can get away with. You can slap a dude's ass at your job and laugh about it. Let a man do that to a woman. We just had a movie come out, Hustlers, that you like and I like, right? Mm. That movie is about women drugging men. Imagine if that movie was made about men doing that to women.
Well, it wouldn't get past production.
Come on. Like, that's just the difference. You know what I'm saying? There's differences. That's just a fact. So, again, I'm not making a general statement. I don't want to say every woman's the same and every man's the same, because everyone's different. But I do believe that there's some truth to a lot of those examples. You know what I'm saying? There are truth to where a lot of times women do equate material things and gifts and things to love. because they feel it makes them feel a certain way. Men, by nature, in a lot of aspects, are givers. Women, by nature, in a lot of aspects, are receivers. They're meant to receive. Men are meant to give.
Yeah, because that's what
men are chasers. Women, da da da. It's just the natural order of how a lot of things usually go.
Because she was like, men love women, women love children. And that's just the cycle. Men love women, women love the children. The pure love that men will show for their women, a woman will only show that for her kid. But I feel like when it comes down to like, sometimes there are men out there who just waste your time. Yeah. Right? There are. Mm-hmm. And when you said that thing about, oh yeah, you can easily leave or whatever the case may be, there are emotional ties that we don't take account for. Like, we like to belittle certain things and what it do for you. But it's like, when you're really with somebody for a certain amount of time, you really want to see that through. You really want to see that work. Now, yes, you do have the option to leave other men, but even sometimes, like, when you have been intimate in a certain level, when you have you never know what rocky periods that person might have seen you through or what rocky periods you might have seen them through. Like, emotion, we like to say, like, it's an on-off switch, but it's really not. Like, it's really something that isn't as small as people like to make it seem. I know we're in this fuck it culture nowadays, or this, it don't faze me, I'm better by myself, no new friends, but all that's bullshit. Everybody everybody has emotion to something. Even you acting like I don't want to be part of this, it's because you're hurt. Something happened to you, and that's why you're shut off. That's why you're a dick. You know, there's a reason why you are the way you are. Like, people would be like taking pride in being like, oh, I could walk away from any relationship. Why? What happened to you that makes you feel like you can't connect with anybody? There's nothing cute about it. Like, owning up to your emotion and being a woman about it or being a man about it actually makes you more vulnerable and make you actually challenge yourself, you know, a little bit. So I feel like I don't like when, like, it's said, like, you can easily walk away. Sometimes that shit not easy. It's not easy.
But the quote, I believe, was, you chose to stay.
Of course it's a choice.
But here's the thing. But at the end of the day, then you have no one to blame.
But yourself, right.
Your emotions are your emotions, right. Sure. But if a dude is beating you and you're making excuses for why...
But see, we're not talking about those relationships.
But, we're not talking about there's people that stay. Yeah. There's people that stay, and it's still your choice. That's why I said that is a fact. You chose to stay. It's just anything else, in all honesty, and this is harsh to say, but I'm gonna say it. It's an excuse. Yeah, I love, there's emotion. It's still an excuse. You chose to stay. It didn't work out. Now you're blaming. No, you chose to stay. You should have left when you originally felt you should have. Is it true? When you originally had the chance to, and you knew that if something happened and you said, you know what, I need to walk away, but you chose not to, you made the choice. So own up to your choice.
But see, this is what I'm talking about. We're talking about, I feel like what I took from what the girl was writing, it's not about those relationships that are clear defining you should leave. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if a man beating you, you need to go. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if dude is cheating back and forth, you need to go. Obviously, if there's no respect, no trust, no nothing, people going through phones and all that, whatever case, like we did previous episodes on that, the trust is broken, phones, and you're not sleeping right, the arguments happen, you need to go. I'm talking about those relationships that kind of play on the meh side. Those relationships that are kind of like, you don't know if you should be going. You don't know if you should be staying. Those relationships that don't really have that defining thing. Mm-hmm. You know what? You could be some people could settle real well. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not that bad. Mm-hmm. But it's not what you thought you were gonna get.
But if you chose it's not that bad instead of, you know what? No, I deserve great. That's your fault.
Right.
No one else to blame but yourself, period. You drive drunk, don't blame alcohol. You trying to lose weight, don't blame the snack that you chose to have. Period. You chose to have it. You could have said no, and you could have went to the gym. I don't feel like going to the gym. I'm going to have this little cupcake. I'm going to get some. You chose that. So don't blame no one else but yourself for your choice. Yeah. Don't say it's anyone else's fault but your own. Yeah, emotion. We all have emotions. We all deal with emotions. So we all are going to face these type of choices. So if you're going to blame someone for something that didn't work that you chose, you have to take part in the blame. Oh, he played me. She played me. She lied. You chose to stay. You saw a sign and you said, I don't know about you know what? I'm going to try this through. At that moment, that's your choice. And if it doesn't work out, that's why I always say my relationships that I was in, I don't regret none of them. I had a great time with my first relationship. I had a great time with my last relationship that I was in, and I don't regret it, period. Because It was a choice that I made in the mind frame I was in. I made mistakes. That person may have made mistakes. I wasn't perfect. I own up to that. You know what I'm saying? I did things in my last relationship. I handled certain things that I would do a lot differently now because I'm a different person. Pains. But I don't make the excuse and blame the person I was with for staying. No, I made choices. They made choices. Period. Just own up to the choices you make.
Right.
Period. Point blank.
I feel like a lot of the times it's like both men and women because like this, like just like what, like I said, she said things, but I could also flip it and say there's a lot of men who stick around in some stuff.
There are.
Like that just don't leave and just be all settled in and comfortable like a little house cat. Because men could definitely settle well too, especially if you're taken care of, or you know, it's like the chick is alright, like she's not bad, like she's not crazy, she's not good, she's okay. You know, there's men out there who would settle for okay just because it's okay. It's not a detriment to their health, like not crazy, but it's alright. So there are men like that too, and like I feel like a lot of the times people don't know how to step out on faith. And that leads into it is scary, and that leads into the rush decisions that I feel like women, sometimes we do fall victim of a rush decision because we are afraid of time. Like, because of that ticking biological clock we have in our head where it says, you're closer to 35, you're closer to 35, you're closer to 35. And for some reason, that scary age of 35, kids, it's going to be harder to do. Or, I'm not going to be that young. Or if you find a gray hair, oh no, I'm not going to get that hot guy, whatever the case may be. So then sometimes women rush and settle. Like, I need to stick with this one. I need to get pregnant now. Even if they know this is not it. Or like the timeline that they had in their head, married by 30. Why do everybody always say that, married by 30? I'm 28 and I'm still not.
Can I ask you this from a woman's perspective and all the women out there? Is it better to, if you are in a situation where you don't have a kid by a certain age, is it better for you to settle and have a kid with someone that you don't see being a good father just to say you had a kid or to try to trap them? Or is it better to say I'm worth more than that and choose not to and possibly sacrifice maybe not having a kid because it's not with someone that is going to be there for you and your kid?
I mean, honestly, I make that choice every day. Because honestly, if I really wanted to be with anybody, I could have did that. Like I could have had kids. Like that opportunity has been presented to me on multiple occasions. I could have did that, but no, that's not the life I want. The life I want to me personally, like I love children. I would like to have kids, but also I like to have them in a certain way. Like I'm not even saying me and my guy have to be fairy tale marriage, but I'm looking for a certain type of father figure because I had a great fucking dad. So it's like I'm looking for a certain type of father figure. If I don't find that in my man, if I can't find that type of financial security or that type of finance, I'm not saying that you gotta be rich. I'm talking about you know what to do with your money. Like if I can't find somebody who got the same mindset with me, and that means I might have to risk not having children, I'd rather do that than have a kid with somebody.
So let me shake your hand on that.
Oh, wow.
Let me shake your hand on that. And why I do that? Because a kid is something, a precious gift that people act is like, yo, let's get a puppy. Let's get a dog. Let's get a pet. A kid is a lifetime commitment that a lot of people are not ready for. So a lot of people have them just because they want to have them before they hit a certain age, and they put themselves in a position that they're not happy with down the line. So then, in turn, what I'll say for men and for women, you made the choice. Period, point blank. Same thing with men. I don't want to sound like I'm just women bashing here. If a man makes a choice to cheat on his girl, and he makes a choice to do this because he doesn't get caught, and then he finally gets caught, and then they stay together, and then she's a little more paranoid when you say, yo, I'm going to the store. Wait, why are you going? Don't be on like, yo, this bitch is crazy. No. You made the choice to cheat because the cheating is a choice. You chose to cheat. Y'all still together, so don't blame her for her craziness, so don't try to say she's just crazy for no reason. No, you made a choice that affected things. Own up to your choice, period. That's all I ever say when it comes to anything. Own up to your choice. Don't blame the scenario that you chose because it's ultimately your choice. Now, there's some situations where, you know, a kid kind of happens, like you didn't intend for that to happen. Again, you chose to fuck. It is what it is. You chose to have sex. If we're going by the rules.
Oh,
if
goodness,
we're going
not
by the
this
rules,
again, Louis.
we should be practicing celibacy until that person comes along, right? So if you chose to fuck someone that you just was one night, you wanted something come out of that. As a woman, you chose this. As a man, if you chose to go up in a woman bra, and she ends up, pregnant, and she says, I'm keeping it. And you like, no, I'm keeping it. No, you chose, you made the choice.
Right.
Own up to your responsibilities and own up to your choices. So that's why when I was reading that and I was saying facts, all I'm saying is it holds down to one underlining theme that I truly believe and hold wholeheartedly in life. Own up to your choices. Something that I don't have to say here. I got pulled over going to work about a month ago. I got pulled over because I was stuck in low traffic and it was on a highway, like, not a highway, but it's like one of those busy, and there's like the lines where you're not supposed to cross, but you could turn into. I looked, I said, I'm gonna go for it. I went across the lines and what do you know? A cop happened to be right there. And as soon as I drove past, lights came on and I pulled right into my job because I was right there. He didn't give me a ticket because I was ready and I was right there. So I made the excuses. Listen, I'm going right into work. My coworker came up to me. Lou, what happened? I'm like, I almost got a ticket. Oh, these cops. I said, no. That's my choice. I did something I wasn't supposed to do. I took the risk and I got caught. Now he let me go, but it was my fault. I'm not gonna blame the cop for doing his job. That's his job. I did something I shouldn't have done. Period. That's how I look at life. Own up to your choices and your decisions as a human being. We don't always make the right one. I'm not saying you have to always make the right choice. We're not. But at the end of the day, own up to them. Don't blame everyone else for things that go wrong. While other things can be the fault of things that you can't control or don't have control over. Like you can get in a car accident and someone can hit you. You can be sitting in your damn car. That's not your fault. You were sitting there. You ain't do shit. But again, there's a lot of things that we just pass blame to other people, and they're just the decision that we make, and we're mad with our decision, so we pass the blame, and we have to blame someone else because we can't say, I messed up. I should not have done that. I should have left. Don't say I wasted 10 years with you. You stole my youth. No. I should have left you. Yeah. I should have left. Period.
Because honestly, yeah, because at the end of the day, I'll never forget, dating. I was dating a guy. He had stuff, he ain't had shit together, but cards on the table. He let me know that. Stay as long as he said straight words out of his mouth. I want you. Stay as long as you think you can. I'm not going to sit here and paint this picture that I'll have everything together in a timely fashion that you would like. Just know I'm trying, but stay as long as you think you can.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me was the realest shit I have ever fucking heard from any guy. Stay as long as you can. I would love it if I could just snap my fingers, get myself together, get a good job, get da-da-da. Yes, we will be together. But I cannot see myself committing to you until I bring something more to the table. But if you want to date, we can date. Stay as long as you think you can. Do whatever you feel like you need to do. Don't let me know about it. That's what I said. Don't let me know about it. Do what you can. Be with me how you can. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And to me, that was real. I feel like, though, most men don't say shit like that either. No, that's what I feel like was missing in that. Oh, men, she was like, men have so much patience and time to grow with love. I could have it too if I knew what the hell I was dealing with. Mm-hmm. A lot of men don't paint that picture. They don't say that real shit that I got. That's what to this day, I will always respect him. They don't say that shit. They don't say what the deal is. Some men portray a certain situation and you find out a little too late. And by then you're invested. Mm-hmm. Once again, it's still a choice. But also, you didn't give me the proper tools to make a good choice to decide and stay. Most men don't tell you about the other chick they got in their life. Most dudes don't tell you about their financial problems or their credit or whatever the case may be. They don't make, especially me, I'm 28. If I'm dating anybody, I need to know these things at this point. Mm-hmm. Well, finances, credit, whatever the case may be. I ain't playing no games. I'm a full grown adult. So most men like to pay. I got it. they don't be telling you stuff. So it's like, by the time you find out, you never know. You found out at year 5.
But you see, I can't, as I say, I won't make the blanket statement and say every situation is the same. So if it's a situation where you don't find out until year 5 that this person had another girl,
then it's like you did waste my shit.
Then that's not your fault.
No,
that's
you wasted my
you couldn't
time.
control.
Yeah.
But when you find out, if you choose to stay,
then it's a choice.
Which
I
a lot
agree.
of people have.
I agree. Then it's a choice.
Oh, he's gonna change for me. Okay, it's okay to make that choice, but if it doesn't work out after that, don't blame. No. You made the choice once you found out. You made the choice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. When you find out something that you didn't know, that's when you have that moment of making a choice of, do you want to continue this down this path the same way, or do you want to excuse yourself and say, no, I deserve better. You shouldn't have hid that from me.
I need to go.
I need to find someone who wouldn't do that to me.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying nobody deserves a second chance, because there are people that get second chances and they do genuinely change. And I'm not saying everyone's the same. But I'm saying when you make a decision based on things you didn't know that you now know, whether it's 5 years, whether it's 5 months, whether it's 5 weeks, whether it's the first day, you find something out and you choose to stay, or you make a decision that could be a risk. You have no one to blame but yourself if it doesn't work. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
I just feel like when it comes into the dating thing, people need to come up with their own game plans before they even step out there. Like, you got to have a certain list, a certain standard, a certain thing that you just not going to compromise on. Like, situationships, I don't believe in that. If I'm not your girl, I'm not just yours. Like, I just don't. Let's just not create a mystery. Let's not create a mess. There is no middle ground here. We either together or we not. And when we're together, we're together. When we're not, we're not. We're dating. Dating is dating. That's how I feel. Mm-hmm. So if you are dating said person who said you had to wait for them, you sit there and do whatever you got to do. Like, and if this person that you really secretly want gets itself together, then fine. You can sit there and date them and be with them. But if not, you wasn't wasting your time. There was no time wasted. You were dating. And that's how you're free to do it. When you lock yourself in these situationships, that's when you feel like you wasted time. Now, and if you decide to be with this person and you are roughing it out with this person, you set yourself a timeline with how long you want to give this person to get themselves together. And you don't got to advertise a timeline. You just got to be like, you know what, Kenya, you're going to give this person 6 months. You're going to give this person 1 year. And you're going to sit there and do everything you can to support said man. But if this does not happen in these times, then you have to make a choice. The reason why time escapes most people, because you let it. Like,
I agree.
You let it. You let time escape you. You let that shit happen. You let things go unanswered, unchecked, unmonitored. This is a relationship. They know what they signed up for. It's a partner. I can ask you any question I want to ask you because I'm building a life with you. How is your money? What's your score? These are questions. Why are we apologetic about it?
But we should also make things clear. We should also, I feel, make intentions clear. Like, I feel like if I'm dating you and I'm talking, like, I've been in a situation where I'm asked, do you see yourself with me? Like, honestly, do you see us together? And I feel like when you get that question, when you said like a lot of men lie, I feel like in that situation, there's a lot of men that do bullshit you because they just want one thing. Yeah. And they'll tell you that because they want this one thing. I do feel like that. Like I said, that is no fault of the woman that's being lied to, because that's the fault of the man that should be lying. But I feel like this is where you be honest with yourself. There are some men that may say, I'm going to be real with you. I don't really feel like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be tied down, but I like you. And I feel like that's the right way to do it, because you're giving the woman the chance to make her own choice. Because she may like you. She may be cool with this. Some people are cool with situationships. If you are, cool. If you're cool with flings, if you're cool with, threesomes, whatever you're cool with. I feel like if both parties are cool with that, you both getting a chance to make your own choice. That's what I feel life in general is about. It's choices. And life is a series of choices that you make. That's what shapes your life. There's no predetermined destiny. And don't worry, you're going to find someone. No, you want to know the harsh reality? Not everyone finds someone. Sometimes you're going to be period.
And that's why I feel like with women, because I hear this more so from women than I do from men. It's like that fear of loneliness. Mm-hmm. There are men out there who are okay being by themselves until they're 50. There are men out there who do not want kids. There are men out there who are literally bachelors in their right, and they are happy with their life. Mm-hmm. And that is it. They don't fear dying alone. They just fear that they don't live. There are men out there that are like that, but with women, for some reason, it's like oh my God, I'm 31. Here's my man. Like, no. Sometimes, like with me, I am actively making the choice.
So what you're saying is women care more about time than men.
No, it's like because you want to know why? Because men have more of it. And that's something we don't address. Men have more time. Men could literally populate the earth up until they're 60. Like men could make babies. Men could decide I want to, you know what's crazy? Men could sit there and turn 45 and still get themselves a 25-year-old. There are some women who could do it too.
There's a lot of women that could do that.
There are women who could do it too, but men could be 40, build a life with a 25-year-old. I could be 40. I'm gonna need the IV. I'm gonna need all this stuff. I'm at a more death risk if my younger man wants a kid. Like, we see this play out all the time.
Men could also be that age and get a young fling and then be looked at a certain way because she's.
But they don't give a shit. Most men don't care.
Exactly.
They don't care.
And you know what? Leading into a different topic we spoke of, that's the difference between.
No, but we're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on that. But like I said, when it comes down to women, if I get myself a younger man, and let's just say he wants kids, even like watching Basketball Wives, yes, I do watch Basketball Wives. Tammy and Reggie want kids. Tammy's having a hard fucking time. You're old. Like, these are things that we don't talk about in the deepness of why women are more like tick, 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 and why men have more of a laissez-faire attitude about building a relationship, because there's no rush with y'all. There's nothing there's nothing imminent looming over your head. You guys, I mean, besides the sex drive, it drops after 30. But at the end of the day, you guys are still good. Women are not that. We're not good as far as that. So that's why with me, and this is why I try to tell people, like, do away with the timeline, because you gotta be okay either way your life goes so that you're happy. I just care about being happy. So if that means like I don't settle and I have to live that life of being like that childless person, then guess what? It's my job to find happiness in that, because I have to. I made choices or whatever. I decided not to do certain things. Or if I sit there and maybe I do meet myself a guy, that's great. And maybe I do have a kid, that's great too. Maybe. But I have to be happy either way, because what I don't want is to be tied down to the essence of time, which makes me settle for shit and bullshit and rough it out with things I don't really fucking agree with. Like, I have to be okay with the fact that my life could be dope either way. And I feel like that's what most women should, which is actually happening with like Tracy Ellis Ross, who like, I don't want to be married. And like Shonda Rhimes, I don't want to fucking be married. There are more women speaking out about that now. It was not like that even like 3-4 years ago. Like now more women are making it okay with being 50 and being like, I don't want to fucking have kids. Like, I don't want that. I want to tie my tubes now. Like, it's now happening. But yeah, this topic, do you have any more you want to say?
No. No, okay.
I just want to thank the writer of this tweet. Like I said, at Miss Shan J. We definitely had a deep discussion about it. I hope you're okay with the discussion. But everybody else, let us know what you feel, how you feel about what we said. And as always, comment, like, subscribe, share. And until next time, peace.